Girl, I don't want to go in the bushes right now. Layla. Girl, I for sure don't want to go in the bushes. Okay, so I figure mini life update, and I haven't gone live in so long, so might as well, because so much has happened. And then like I look at the title of the videos and I'm like, oh well, that's relevant, because at the time it was super so one of the videos on here is like about how I was like gonna get evicted from the apartment in Florida. So update on that, right? My ex ended up staying in the apartment in Florida until July of this year, which that whole situation literally for a whole year, well, 7 months, from January until July, was like he just would not pay the rent on time. He wouldn't pay the Xfinity. He wouldn't pay the Florida Power and Electric. He wouldn't pay the car note. So when I had moved to Florida, we had a bunch of stuff shared in our name, which we still have a car that's shared in our name, which I'll get into that as a part of the life update in a second. But I guess the eviction thing is like more since I was like a title of a video. So I never got an eviction on my record because he ended up staying in the apartment, paying the rent every month, late, albeit. One month he even paid it on like the 25th of the month. Like, who pays their rent on the 25th of the month? And then really sent me like a stupid ass thing on, where it wasn't a text message, it was somewhere else. It was like probably Snapchat or something, and was like, oh, I paid the rent. Like, okay, do you want I'm proud of you or like a congratulations or something? Like, you're supposed to pay your rent, you're a grown-up. Hello. Everybody knows since the day that they turn 18 that you are obligated to pay your own bills. Like, your parents no longer have to do that. Nobody else is responsible to take care of you. Like, be fucking be fucking for real right now. So he ended up staying in the apartment until July 10th when the lease was up, which on May 10th, which is like the 60-day notice. So I don't know, when I first started getting apartments, it was like a 30-day notice. You had to give an apartment either 30 days, whether you were going to move out or you were going to re-extend your lease. So it was like, you have to tell them, like, I'm going to stay here or I'm going to move out. Now it's a 60 days. So I contacted them on May 10th and was like, did you guys put a 60-day notice on the door? And they were like, yes, we put a 60-day notice. And I said, okay, so since for the last 5 months, there's been all of these issues where it's like you already put, I think it had been 3 eviction notices. Like, for 3 of the months, it had gotten so bad where he had paid rent past the 15th that they had put eviction notices on the door. And they were like, well, we're not even trying to offer an extension on this lease, or we're not trying to re-sign a lease. Yes. So come July 1st, so I hadn't spoken to him really since January, because in January I had Layla with me full time, and it was like, there's no point in us speaking. I'm not paying no type of bill. I'm not helping you with no bills. I'm not giving you no type of money. Like, he owes me $6,000, so it was like, pay me my money back. And he wanted to say some bullshit ass remark of like, well, you owe me a life together and you didn't give that to me, so I'm not giving you your money back. Like, you know what? Literally, I'm never ever helping you financially ever again. You literally owe me money. That's the most that right there is the nail in your coffin, because I'll always be up, and that was petty and childish, and you've racked up so much debt. I'm like, is it because I'm sitting right there because that place has so... Okay, if it disconnects again, then I'll just go back in the house. But reconnect, stupid YouTube. No, I'm just kidding. Is it going back? Because the timer's not even counting up. So about to make me mad. Okay, there it goes. No, Layla, it's not playtime. We doing this outside so you can have outside time in the bushes. So I was like, now everything I do is gonna be like for sure to be only about myself, because that's the most craziest remark I've ever heard. Like, I literally gave him... So it's like, how does somebody owe you when you're in a... Like, we had not been together for over a year and a half at this point when I gave him... When he racked up $6,000 in debt to me. Like, that's the more crazy part about this, because I had paid... I gave him $1,500 for his mom to start her business, because he needed money for his mom to start her business. His mom needed her rent paid, and I gave him $2,000 because his mom was about to not be able to pay her rent for the month of November. His mom needed $1,000 to pay her car note. He needed his car note paid, which was like $2,000 over like the course of a month or a year and a half of not being together. And then like here and there, like this much money. And I have been keeping track, like, okay, adding this, adding this, adding this. So I have a tally of all the money that I have been giving him, and it added up to $6,000. And it was like, this not even money. Like, I don't know her. That is not my mom. Like, I could have been giving that money to my mom. So like, so now everything I do is for sure just gonna be to worry about myself. So when the lease came up, it was like, oh yeah, we at May 10th, I'm not re-signing nothing, and I'm for sure telling them, oh, put that 60-day notice in. We getting up out of this lease. Like, I'm out of this lease. So on July 1st, because I hadn't spoken to him after that stupid ass comment of, I'm not paying you your money back, I'm like, okay, cool. On July 1st, I text him and go, so what's your game plan for the next 2 weeks? And he gonna say, what do you mean? And I'm like, what you mean, what do I mean? And he goes, well, what are you talking about? And I go, well, you need to be out of the apartment on July 10th. So these big old overhead planes. And I go, well, you need to be out of the apartment in 10 days. So what's your game plan for the next 2 weeks? And he gonna act like he doesn't know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, the lease comes up on July 10th, so you need to be moved out. You need to have all your stuff out. Tell me why I'm gonna go talk to the office about this. Nobody told me about this. I'm gonna contact my lawyers. Have fun having this eviction on your record. I'm not moving out until I find a place to go. This is it, L. You selfish ass, fuck the F words, B words, these words, everything under the sun. Like, I'm not moving until I find somewhere to go. You know how hard it is to find an apartment in this housing market, this, that, and the other. Like, for one, I do not care. because you've been living on my credit and on my social security number in an apartment for 2 years that was supposed to be my apartment, which you physically removed me out of, like drug me by my hair, like by my hair, pulled me out of the apartment and was like, if you come back here, I'm gonna beat your ass every single day. So no, get out. Get out. Like, motherfuckers don't forget things like that. So get out. Get out. So literally had no remorse, did not care. Get out. I don't care what you do, where you go. You should have had more sympathy or empathy or whatever the hell you needed, and then you owe me money. So now I don't care at all. So then he threw a fit, and I called and then I called the apartment and showed them the screenshots, and I go, look, I don't know what y'all finna do, but he's talking about he's not gonna get out. And they go, oh, we have repercussions for this. We've already re-rented the apartment, and they're moving in on the 12th. So they were like, he has to get out. We don't know what he's talking about. He's not gonna go, but he has to get out. And we'll just call the police and we'll have him physically removed from the property, and hopefully his stuff is gone, or they'll lien something of it, because they go, it's not even he doesn't have a lease anymore, so it's like he can't stay there. So yeah, so he ended up having to leave. Like, all the fit, all the energy, all the anger, all the whatever you wanted to call it, it didn't even matter. Like, he had to be out, and he got out. And then the funniest fucking part about it was, I was in Florida for the convention. When was convention? Like July 15th or something? July, whatever. I was in Florida for convention. And the day I'm leaving Florida, he gonna text me and say, can I have a couple $100? Because living in this apartment is living in this hotel, all these bills is whooping my ass, and I'm trying to get a condo. Can you help me out with some money? No. You still owe me $6,000. No. Can you pay me my money? And also, you need to pay that car note on time every month. No. No, I cannot help you financially. You owe me money still that you have not paid me back. And then he's gonna be like, F you, I hate you, and then block me. Like, I don't do nothing to you. Literally, you are your biggest own enemy. You call my phone to get your own, you text my phone to get your own feelings hurt. Like, no, you cannot have money from me. Knowing that I've told you multiple times I'm never giving you money again. Knowing that I definitely just had a big whole thing with you a few weeks ago to get out of the apartment. No. You can, like, no. So that's the update on the apartment. But because I have taken this route with him of being like, no, I'm not gonna freely give you things anymore. Every few days now, because now is August 7th, every few days something keeps popping up that is just, he just won't give it up. Every few days is something. So the other day, I'm like, you know when they say 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards? So I go to the courthouse to get sworn in to be a notary. I'm like 2 steps forward. I'm trugging along in life. I'm trying to do better for myself. I'm trying to add new skills, new things to my life that I can say that I've accomplished. And I go and I look on my bank statement, and I have multiple bank accounts, but one of them is a Navy Federal account, and it's the account that my military um what do you call it, I get money every month from the military for disability because I was injured when I was in the service. So they give me a check every month for the rest of my life. And that's the only money that goes into that account. So it can be separate. And I don't use that account for anything. It used to be my GI Bill used to go into that account when I was in school, my voc rehab when I was in grad school. But that's only for my military payments. And it's a Navy Federal card. And nothing ever comes out of that account because what I have a Chase account, I have a Delta Community account, I have a credit card, like I have a Capital One card, I have multiple bank accounts, but my Navy Federal account is literally just for my military payments. So I go in there to check to make sure my military payment goes in, and I go in there to, and also from that account, I deposit money every month into like a 401k because I'm my own business owner, so I don't have like what most people get, like their like a Roth IRA or like 401k. So I have like this like Fidelity Investments. So every month my disability payment goes into there, and I take part of that disability payment and then I put it into an investment Fidelity account. So it's like the same payment. Tell me why I go into that account on after I go to court and I see a bunch of Postmates and Uber Eats charges. I don't even have a Postmates account. I don't have a Postmates account. I don't even have an Uber Eats. I have DoorDash. Anybody who's ever sent me money or sent me a gift card or have ever heard me, I DoorDash. I don't even have a Uber Eats account. This stupid, he took my bank info, he took my Navy Fed info, attached it to his Postmates account, and has been racking up charges for the month of July. It probably cancel my broadcast. Do you know how fast I call my bank? Do you know how fast I call? Do you know how fast? Is it back? Do you know how fast? Is it back? Do you know how fast I called this bank? Do you know I would have been at the bank door, knocking the door like, hello, excuse me. They're talking about, we're gonna do an investigation. We're gonna report this to law enforcement. Do you know how dumb you have to be? When I don't live in no Florida, when I don't live in no Florida, when I don't live. ¿Estoy bien? Huh? No.
llama? Se está incendiando eso para preguntar. Para preguntar porque eso pero se llama también, es bueno mirar, se llama la noticia por ejemplo, ¿tienes una fruta? ¿Una manzana?
Oh, yo no quiero un manzana.
¿Alguna?
No, gracias.
Mira este Apple. Mira este internet gratis, mira, si quieres bajarlo, puedes mirarlo en la señal. Esto agarra. Esto era para de radio, mira. Por ejemplo, esto radio, lo que uno ni sabe, hay muchas otras radios, pero uno no sabe las noticias que pasan allá y pues aquí Apple gratis, aquí tiene para uno mirar lo que está pasando aquí. Por ejemplo, del 56 de los highways, de esta siguiente generación, del siguiente país, de los highways de tránsito, eso de trabajo, de trabajo de construcción. Todos estos highways posiblemente destornado de agua, qué sé yo, bueno, pero de highway, yo estoy viendo.
No. Lo siento.
Cristian, probablemente Cristian que sintió estaba entre las casas catedral, las casas palacio para marquetas de Cristian. Sacerdote y este mensaje también. Pasa música, pero pasa reporte. Ese reporte pues yo le estoy dando comentando para que pues, miren y también lo escucho, ¿verdad? Mira esto. Estoy viendo esto. Políticas. A mí me gusta escuchar esto, pero necesito un radio, tienes que poner un radio para escucharlo. Va a estar en inglés. Pero traducir en español para entender ahí. Esto era Urlo 26 urbanos que envía a hablar. Pues,
pero yo no necesito nada.
No, no son radios para escuchar. Dice que son, creo que promociones, también puedes bajarlo en la teléfono. Es que estos son como para hacer evacuación de agua, todos planes de, ¿cómo se llama? Para hacer evacuación de agua, pasar una tasa de gente de evacuación de agua y ¿cómo se llama? Eso. Es cosa mal eso de la evacuación de agua, destornado de agua, porque eso ¿cómo se llama? Es para, lo que hace es que, por ejemplo, para matar gente con agua salada, porque se muera gente. Vamos hablando, está grabando, pues. Está sacando un reporte. Pues sí, mira, todo esto es de la televisión, pues la plaza de la vida radio, esto. FOS 13, FOS negocio, dice FOS de negocio. También. Todo esto a mí me interesa, todo eso. Es que ni uno ni uno que pasa en el mundo. Es que yo soy presidente y gobierno también, entonces pues yo. A mí me interesa saber esto porque tú llamas, yo me apoyo a estar el presidente. Por ejemplo, acá pasa que mira, este de lado también. De afuera país, ese 60, ese país, el lado afuera del país. El lado es el gobierno del lado, esto ya está complementado, complementación. Pues ahí pasa la reportes, complementación. El país desde Roma pasa aquí, estos canales. música, fensa, de la fensa, de las remarcas, como esta fensa que están aquí, esta fensa estas fensas que están acá, de propiedad de autoridades, ¿cómo se llama? Donde autoridades de line, pusieron la fensa acá, aquí. Pero estas fensas, ahí tiene que se llama el letrero de noticias, dice noticias de Bello Grada, de la fensa estas. Si ustedes fijan bien en la otra fensa, tiene la noticia de Bello Grada. Entonces Bello Grada es que dice que resulta el centero Bello Grada es esos granitos, Bello Grada granitos que son áreas de granitos, de piedra de piedra cristal. Eso, por ejemplo, esa área allá de para mí, allá es la monte de Bello Grada ahí. Al monte de Bello Grada ahí es el polvo de cristal, piedra cristalina, a veces ponen ahí una bordo de piedras cristalinas ahí. Pues todo ese monte ahí, todo ese polvo. Y allí en la llama es la zona de ahí entonces ahí hay piedras cristales, ahí ese monte allá, donde está la sala, el edificio sala de la tierra Guadalupe, porque ahí se llama, por ejemplo, por esto, mira, esto dice fensa, y la fensa esta de las propiedades están remarcadas, están noticias que dice, noticias de Bello Grada, resulta que se pierde ese lado federal, lado resulta está bien, resulta de noticia Bello Grada, resulta que está bien ese entero lado federal, dice código de ciudades, sección de código de ciudades, y pues está bien, dice impresionar hombre máximo un año, el sentir 50,000 y impresionar hombre máximo un año de cárcel. ¿Cómo se llama? Sobre eso, entonces, por ejemplo, estira, pues sí, estira, ahí pasa esto y la esa, pero en esta feja ahí están puestos eso, pues allá en esa montaña de allá donde yo estoy acampando, ahí está una, pues sí, ¿tú qué dice? Noticia de Bello Grada, dice, resulta que está bien el Centro Federal del Lago, dice, máximo, bueno, dice, ese tema es $50,000 para extender, ¿cómo se llama? Hombres para encarcelar hombres, ¿cómo se llama? Encarcelar hombres. Entonces, pero lo que hace, eso es lo que está pagando todo esto del lado. Entonces es para que robar, hacer robos. Es para hacer robo esto todo. Sí, entonces todo ya está, mira. Ahí le
Bueno, yo necesito voy.
¿Su papá?
Good morning. How are you? I have no idea what he said. I'm like, I'm like, but my neighbor came, so whatever. Do y'all know what he said? I had no idea what that man said at all. But I let him spit though. Layla, come here. Let Tommy go. You having fun? Hmm?
It's special
Oh, her collar?
electronic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's an air tag. So she doesn't get lost. So I could find her on my phone. It's like this one. Yeah. So she runs off, then I don't lose her. Yeah.
Every time I see somebody have a backyard dog, beside her electronic, where is going? He's coming, he come back.
Oh yeah. They have one called Rover. And it's a box.
Yeah.
And then it puts a fence, like an electronic fence.
Yeah. Electronic fence.
Mm-hmm.
15,000. Actually, he's have a street. It's dangerous street. So many cars drive it. When he's going to street, pull it and come back.
Yeah. The electronic fence. I want to get it for her so she doesn't leave the park.
We have a vaccine where we lost it here. We have a special Larry check it. Larry
Yeah.
this side.
So he
In body.